Hey, this is the place where rich people come, not a rat like you. If you want to come here, at least wear something nice. Don't waste our time.
Okay then. I'm leaving. Hi, I'm Shinobu Fujita, a 28-year-old luxury watch salesperson. It has been about 2 years since I started working at Clockhouse MoniRobo. Before coming here, I worked in real estate, but quit because I couldn't get along with my boss. I chose this job because of my dad's influence, who loves watches. The watches that we sell are valuable, and the cheapest ones even cost hundreds of thousands, and the most expensive ones cost millions. Yes, it's almost the same price as cars. This job keeps track of individual sales, which directly affects the amount of bonus given and career advancement, so it's a very competitive job. There are several chain stores, but our store has the highest sales out of all of them. We have awards given to the top 3 people who have the best sales every month. And of course, everyone wants it, so it's an intense competition. Since this work environment is like a zoo, you need to be mentally strong and tough to be able to survive here. I am aiming to be #1, and last month, my dream finally came true.
You did it! Congratulations!
Thank you very much. I achieved #1 in monthly sales and received an award from the store manager, Mr. Koizumi. I was so happy, and many of my colleagues congratulated me, even though they were disappointed. However, some people didn't even want to celebrate. They were pissed off.
How did you do that?
Huh? Do what, Mr. Naito?
Don't act like you don't know, being #1!
All I did was serve customers politely and make sales.
Stop lying, you were only talking to mice and cats. So there's no way that you could make a lot with that.
I was, but didn't do anything special.
Oh, wait, I know, something is going on between you and the manager, huh? That's why you're getting good customers.
What you just said is nothing more than sexual harassment. You're irritated now and saying rude things, so I'm hanging up.
Hey, I won't let you get away with this. Enjoy your happy time for now.
I will. Bye. This person who is being rude and annoying is Koichi Naito, my coworker who has been working longer than me. He is 30 years old and had the best sales the month before last. In fact, he was #1 every month until I got it last month. I broke his record. So that's why he's irritated with me and said those things which were rude. Anyways, the words he was saying like cats and mice are secret words exchanged among the employees at my place. Rich customers who buy watches worth more than 1 million yen are called elephants because they have large wallets and will use our store often. So, having the same idea, customers who buy watches worth hundreds of thousands of yen are called cats, and people who come in just to look at watches or have any sort of problems are called mice. I don't like how people are separated like this, but in the break room, I hear words like, I caught an elephant, and I missed the cat, and so forth. All salespersons who are aiming for the #1 spot want elephant customers. Mr. Naito has customers who would buy millions of dollars every time, so that's why he was able to maintain his #1 spot. But my method is a little different. When I first started working, all the employees around me were so desperate to catch the elephant that I had no room to come in between. Besides, it seemed impossible to rise to the top by forcing my way into limited sales. That's why I focused on the cats and mice that everyone was not paying attention to and served them. People who come here are not just rich people. They come here for a variety of reasons, such as I received a bonus so I came here, or a reward for their promotion, or present for parents' birthday. Even if they don't buy it that day, they only look at the showcase for a long time, hoping to be able to buy it in the future. So my strategy was to find someone like that. My colleagues were making fun of me in the beginning, but I started to be on top sales list little by little. I trusted my strategy and continued to work hard, and the results finally began to show recently until last month. For example, a customer who started out being a mouse turned into a cat, and a customer who was a cat turned into an elephant. Also, some customers who liked my service introduced me to other customers. This is what I was aiming for. Elephant customers yearn to be valued by those around them, so no matter how much the salesperson rubs up against them, they don't feel special. But those who don't are watching the way the salesperson treats them, and if they are treated with sincerity, they will be pleased. So having that in mind, I was able to have a wide range of customers, from rich to average, so I was able to become the top. I'm glad that I finally achieved my goal, but Mr. Naito was jealous and started to treat me like shit.
Hey, this showcase is dirty as hell. You, clean it. Make sure there's not a single speck of dust left.
He made me clean and do other things to keep me away from the sales floor. Also,
Hi, I'm truly sorry, but Miss Fujita is busy with another appointment, so I will take over.
when I serve a new customer, he will forcibly barge in and steal them away from me. Due to this, my sales were slowly decreasing, and this month, Mr. Naito got back to his #1 spot. Yes, I was disappointed, but a part of me was relieved because I thought he wouldn't annoy me anymore. But I was wrong. Something worse happened.
Hello, Miss Fujita. Do you have time right now?
Yes, I do. What's wrong?
Don't forget your customer's appointment. Your customer, Mrs. Iguchi, came today.
What? Seriously?
Why are you surprised? She told me she called a few days ago and made an appointment.
What? I didn't hear anything about this.
Stop lying. Mr. Naito said he gave you a note for it.
Mr. Naito was the one who talked to her?
Yes, I checked with him a few times and he said he had told you about it.
I never got that note.
Don't make any excuses. This is your fault. Mr. Naito served her for you, so she didn't make this a big deal. One mistake can lead to a complaint. You better be careful from now on.
I don't know what's going on, but his behavior became worse than before. After having his #1 spot back, he's trying to get rid of things getting in his way so he can keep the throne. Unfortunately for me, I lost the trust of the owner. Also, I knew that he was spreading ridiculous rumors like Miss Fujita is buttering up to the store owner to get good customers, and someone saw Miss Fujita and a customer dating. But some people believed it, and I became more and more uncomfortable being there. Apparently, he's really trying to get me to quit. But then one day, when I was standing on the sales floor, a customer approached me.
Excuse me, I have a question. Is this watch the Revival Model 1?
Yes, it is. This is the revival model of the series from Lurex Phantom Paytona.
I see. I was looking for this because I always wanted it since I was little. I have a question about this.
Like this, I always have a good time chatting with new customers about their favorite watches and what watch they want since I'm a watch lover myself. The customer is, I will say, about in his 60s and is dressed up simple yet elegant. In other words, high class. The watch he's wearing is old but of very high quality, which suggests that he has a higher rank in the elephants. So I'm guessing that guy is definitely coming here.
Miss Fujita, you got a call. It's pretty urgent.
See? I knew it. Whenever I talk to customers who seem to have money, he always barges in and makes up lies to get me to leave. I knew that no one called, and when I came back, he's already helping out my customer. There's no way I could intervene, so I had no choice but to give up. So I gathered myself together and went back to work. But about 10 minutes later,
I'm terribly sorry about this.
I'm so sorry.
I saw the owner and Mr. Naito bowing and apologizing to the customer earlier. According to my coworker who was watching the whole thing, Mr. Naito was pushing the customer to buy a more expensive watch than what he asked for. But the customer said,
These are not bad, but I wanted to see that Revival model over there.
He pointed to the watch which sparked our conversation earlier. That watch model also cost quite a lot of money, but Mr. Naito, who was greedy, said,
Well, the design is old, and to be honest, it looks unfashionable. I think the latest model of Bareje suits you so much better than that.
Is he being serious right now? The customer told me that he always loved that model growing up, so he worked hard and succeeded intending to buy it someday. In other words, he had a strong attachment to it, so I can't believe that he would make fun of it. The customer didn't raise his voice but warned him quietly by asking for the store manager to come here immediately.
What you said about that watch was very displeasing.
As a result, both of them bowed their head and apologized to him. Then, when things calmed down, that customer noticed me and came over.
Excuse me, do you think I can take a look at that Revival model?
Sure, please wait a moment. We then had a fun time chatting about watches again, and within a few minutes, he purchased that watch and left. After the incident. After this incident, something unexpected happened. That customer brought his son with him and asked me to help his son choose a watch, since he's going to be the heir to the company. He ended up purchasing the finest quality watch model worth 20 million yen, and I was the first to ever sell that. This purchase was like a big home run, and I ended up becoming the top seller that month. Mr. Naito, of course, was so pissed with this, and began to treat other employees like crap, and even began to steal everyone's customers. But
How about this model? I think it'll suit you, seriously.
this is way over my budget.
Wait, but this internal mechanism is just amazing.
Sorry, maybe next time.
Please, wait, how about this one?
Mr. Naito ignored customers' budgets and pressured them to buy expensive watches, resulting in no sales. The number of customers decreased significantly, and he received many complaints. As a result, his name disappeared from the ranking list, and his life started to go downhill. Damn, he used to be #1 with excellent customer service and was a good example for newbies. But what happened? It was honestly sad seeing a person who was a good person becoming bad. Then, he finally received punishment for his behavior.
Hey, this is the place where rich people come, not a rat like you. If you want to come here, at least wear something nice. Don't waste our time.
His angry voice echoed throughout the store. I happened to be nearby, but let me take you guys back 10 minutes ago. A female customer came in and approached Mr. Naito. "Excuse me, may I take a look at this watch?"
Okay, please wait.
It was obvious that he didn't want to show her it. The woman was wearing an old t-shirt and jeans with a tape around her head, looking a little dirty. At this point, I honestly thought that she came for window shopping, but surprisingly, she began to ask a lot of questions. Mr. Naito answered it randomly, and it was obvious that deep down, he wanted her to go home. As I was thinking his attitude was inappropriate, a customer approached me. He's a customer of Mr. Naito, and I recall him purchasing a rather expensive watch from him a while ago. It was a coincidence that he talked to me, but Mr. Naito began to panic. He really wanted me to take over and serve that customer instead, but the woman didn't let him go anywhere. A few minutes later, after I escorted the customer to another section, he became more pissed at her. When I rushed over, he was glaring at the woman with a red face. No matter how much he didn't want to serve her, his attitude is inappropriate as a salesperson, or even as a person. But the woman didn't argue back and said, "Okay then, I'm leaving." As she was heading to the door, I heard a voice.
Miss Melon Kawamoto, please wait!
The store manager came rushing over after hearing all of the noises. Miss Melon Kawamoto? That's a strange name, but I feel like I've heard it somewhere. "Hi, Mr. Koizumi. How are you? I heard you became a manager."
Yes, thanks to you.
The employee right there told me to leave, so I was just about to. He then suddenly turned pale and apologized to her on the spot.
I'm truly sorry for all that. I'll punish him so you can forget about all this.
Seriously? Of course not. He needs proper training.
You're exactly right. He will receive proper training and a severe punishment.
Then it hit me. I finally remembered where I heard her name. Melon Kawamoto is a top-notch novelist representing Japan. In other words, she's the best of the best within the elephants, regardless of her appearance. I later heard that Miss Kawamoto had been favoring the store manager since he was a salesperson at his previous store, so she wanted to come by and interview him. The reason why she looks dirty is because it seems like she wants to relax as much as possible while writing. Well, in any case, he yelled at the store manager's important customer, so anyone can imagine what's going to happen to him.
What the hell have you done?
I'm sorry.
It's something unforgivable. I'm sorry, but I can't stand your recent behavior, so you're fired.
What? No, please!
I can't have an employee like you anymore here.
Yes, he obviously got fired, but he still wasn't convinced. He cried over and over again, begging the manager to not fire him, but he was ignored, so he quietly disappeared. I was ordered directly by the manager to take over and serve Miss Kawamoto. I'm currently #1, so I guess that's fair enough. Oh my, you really like watches. You're such a joy to talk to. Thank you very much. Also, that rude guy from earlier seemed to have a strange obsession with you. Oh my gosh, how do you know? I'm a novelist after all. I'm good at observing people. I will continue to buy watches from you, but that's only if you tell me everything that happened. It seems interesting, so I need to know." Saying that, she had a mischievous smile on her face like a little girl. Well, there's no way I could say no because she's our important customer. Plus, my store manager asked me to since he thought that this would make her feel better. I was permitted to use the VIP room, so in there, I talked to her about how and why I came to the store, and about all of the harassment I received from Mr. Naito. She was very silent the whole time, and was running her pen on the paper. Wow, it's my first time seeing a novelist writing on a piece of paper. After talking for about an hour, her face lit up and she grabbed my hand. This is it! Please let me use it as a theme for my next work. Huh? What? A female employee at a luxury watch store becomes the first #1 employee thanks to her bond with customers. Then the former #1 employee becomes jealous and harasses the main character, and she begins to be in a slump. But then, a shabby customer suddenly appears. Oh my gosh, I love it so much! I have to go home early and work out the plot. I'll buy another watch from you once my work is done, so can you keep it for me? Please excuse me for today. Huh? Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. She immediately got into a taxi and went home, so it seemed like she didn't hear my goodbye.
How was she?
I think she was okay. She told me to keep the Monix Rainbow model watch, since she's going to buy it next time.
What? That 50 million yen and the most expensive watch in the store? That's amazing! I made the perfect decision to choose you to serve her.
You only think about yourself, huh? You knew what Mr. Naito was doing to me, right? I even thought about quitting this place because of it. To be honest, I have zero trust towards you, so I'm thinking of quitting once Miss Kawamoto purchases the watch.
No, can you rethink about it? Mr. Naito was #1 for a while, so I couldn't believe what you said. I'm so sorry about that.
I will report about you and Mr. Naito to the upper management. Some employees have lost customers because they had to deal with complaints due to Mr. Naito's interference. This is due to your lack of supervision.
No!
I compiled the report and sent it to the head office that day. The next day, the manager was called and I was put in charge of the store. Later on, a well-dressed person came in and informed us that the manager had been demoted and would be transferred to another store, and a new manager would be sent to this store later on. I felt relieved and glad that the company took strict action against him. We also contacted our regular customers who had made very expensive purchases, one by one, to apologize for what had happened. Then they said, if that Naito guy is not there, I'd be able to enjoy watching watches again. Please let me know if there's a new model. I'll definitely go. We received kind words from them. I'm so pissed at Mr. Naito for treating our wonderful customers like crap, and the manager for defending him. But there's no point in being angry at someone who is no longer with us. All I care about is looking at watches and help out the customers find their one, and only watch and make them happy. A year later. Congrats on becoming manager, Miss Fujita. Today, to celebrate, I want to give you a watch, so choose whatever one you like. What? Thanks, but I feel really bad. Don't worry, this is also a thank you for making my new work a big hit. Yes, her new work, the one she wrote after I talked to her that day, became a big hit. It had been decided to be made into a drama and said to be her masterpiece. I really want to thank the main character's model. Okay, thank you. I'll accept your kind offer. And so, she gave me one of the most memorable watches in my life. It shone like a medal representing everything I had fought for, my love for watches, and the fact that I never ran away from this store. Aren't watches just great? If you buy it on an important day, you'll remember it forever just by wearing it. I think watches are items that carry memories. Yes, I agree with you. I will continue to work hard to help my customers find their one and only watch.